Ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. Hip Hop Mike live from the crib with a special guest. And let me tell y'all before I give this man an introduction, there are very few artists that are patient, that are persistent, that are consistent, and that actually set the tones that they intend to set. I done ran into this guy many, many times at every event, doing all kinds of stuff, linking up with all different artists from Philadelphia. My man Shawn Smith is in this bed. What up,
What's
man?
up? What's up? What's up? What's up, man? How you feeling?
I'm great, man. I was very excited when Big D the Weatherman hit me. He's like, "Yo, I got this artist out of Philly. Have you ever heard of Shawn Smith?" I was like, "Shawn Smith made it."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's good to sit and talk with you, man. I know we had talked a couple years ago, maybe in like what 2014, 2015 or something like that. But it was good to circle back with you. And shout out to my man D.
Well, man, I get so busy and there's a lot of people that I see and like talk to, all over the place. And a lot of
Hmm.
times it takes people actually coming up and getting into a position exactly like the one you're in now. And I definitely want to talk about how you got there. But sometimes, man, it's like to pay personal attention to everybody is tough. And I'll be honest, there's a lot of kids out there that work but very few work like you to the point where they get into a position like you in right now, man. So, I mean, first off, props to you for being consistent, for always being genuine, and for always showing me hella love and not getting frustrated with me that maybe I wasn't focused in. But I've been familiar and I'm very, very happy to see you thriving right now. How does this happen? Like, I mean, I don't know how far back you want to go, but for Big D to hit me, seriously, you're doing some ish. Where do you feel like this begins for you?
Well, it began a mentality for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about putting in the work. I don't like chase nobody around. I don't like, like get mad if like people don't give me certain looks. I put in the work with my homies in my circle. We do what we do, and whoever don't rock with it, you just get left or circle back around sometime in the future or something. But for the most part, I think we pretty much know how legendary we are and the impact that we want to have on the game, and we get respect from our peers as well as respect to the people who paved the way before us. And this is all about mentality. When you got to work ethic to match your mentality, then that's how we like able to like stay on point and be able to be able to sit with someone like you or anybody else that's like doing it for the game and all that.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. Like, I mean, I'll tell you the truth, bro. I feel the same way. Like, having come up in radio, I think the biggest part to any success I've had is like not necessarily looking for anybody to give me anything, but more so of like learn how to navigate and do different things along the way that would earn respect, I guess, of people that I looked up to that I knew maybe one day would want to work with me and not just completely come along and put me in a position. And I could definitely say that's something that you've done is like really put the work in.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I couldn't have did it without my team, honestly. Me by myself, it'd be a shit show. But I got people in my corner that I trust and that handle things behind the scene with me to make my vision come to life. So I definitely gotta like add them to a big reason that we able to move how we move.
Well, I mean, for you, where does music begin? Because I know for a lot of artists, when they start, they don't have a team offer it. Did you start out with a team, or was that something that came along over time?
Um, did I start out with a team? I mean, I guess so. My team is like my family, so it's like in my circle, there's people who've been around me for like all my life, or like I kind of just started out like with a little dream of rap, and like people just like start putting me on YouTube and stuff like that, and you know you build from there, and people fall off from your team like obviously since then, but like going forward, like your fam, like how my circle is now, my team now, those are the people that's just like always been there. So. Mhm.
What's everybody's roles on the team? Like, I mean, you can feel free to shout everybody out, but what kind of roles do you have people in that you the front man? Because a lot of teams you see everybody raps.
Yeah, but this team, like my team, is different. All of, like pretty much everybody on my team is like behind the scenes. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
like if I had the name, like I would forget somebody and be like, damn, I ain't named that person. But it's a lot of people that go into making like what people see, like just Shawn Smith. It's like my managers, Cord and Jeek. My homie who was also my lawyer, Jay. My homie Ben, engineer. Yeah, see, I'll be getting into naming, but like, my team know who they are, and they're pretty good at playing their position and make sure everything stays afloat.
So, I mean, in making music, coming out of Philly, what was like the first kind of approach at actually letting people hear what you was working on? Did you drop like the first record you recorded, or was it like a little bit of time of kind of getting things in play?
Not for me, it was like the first video I kind of recorded.
Okay.
It was like recording videos back then of us rapping, so that was like a thing. And pretty much my first videos and my second and my third all started like just going. I was just aligned with it was the talent, but it was just being aligned with the right like Philly people that was putting me on YouTube and blogs and stuff. And ever since then, it kind of just started out like shooting up. So
What
yeah,
did
that
that
was a guess.
first video like? What did it look like? Was it cell phone videos, or it was like you had a camera?
Yeah, definitely. People have cameras. Some people had like the cameras that used to flip out.
Okay.
Like they was current DVDs on. It'd be like, yeah, pretty much those cameras are like, of course, like people had like Canon cameras, but they used to just rap for the camera. They put it on DVDs. They put it on YouTube, and my stuff just started like spreading that way.
So that's crazy. You wasn't even like really songwriting or like making bodies of work. It was more just flip that screen over and let me rap straight to it.
Hell yeah, because that's what I grew up watching. Like Meek and them, though. Meek, Reed Dollars, Joey Jad, and them, Gilly. They used to all do that. So when you're younger, you kind of just imitate what you see. I was just imitating them, and with my own little sauce on it, and it started like picking up because that's what Philly was like big on at the time, the DVDs and stuff. So
See, I was gonna say that's one thing I kind of always took from Philly, because in New York, like me growing up, I would watch like the Smack DVDs and they were always like productions. And then you would see music like Meek or Gilly coming out of Philly, where it's like literally it looked like somebody flipped around the camera and it's just raw in the street going crazy.
raw, yeah. Philly breeds some of the best rappers, and I think it's because I when I started rapping, it was like God given because I didn't have to learn how to like write bars or anything. And I picked up really quick. It was like I was meant to do it, but the bar was set so high because we got people like Reed, Meek, Cassidy, just a few of the dopest, Beanie Siegel. I'm not going, but if I get into naming them, like we'll talk about like Black Thought, we'll talk about all them, but like they legends in their own right. And the underground scene around my age range is the one I used to like really, really tune into. And all those guys can like spit, like Cicero. Niggas is nice. So if I'm listening to that all day, ultimately I'm writing raps to try to be better than them. And they pretty much better than everybody, you feel me? So that's how the bar gets set so high. And that's how Philly kept creating dope rappers because the inspiration bar was like right here, like top tier rap. So
Yeah, and I love the fact that you mentioned like all the names you did, because I mean you could go there, the bar set high in more ways than just rapping. It's like you got Black Thought, who makes crazy just overall music, but then you
of
have
course
like
that's
great spitters.
yeah. Yeah. If we take it to that level, I definitely pay my due diligence. We have to mention the Roots and Will Smith and
Oh, my fault. I think I accidentally hit mute. You hit the microphone. My bad. You
am I
there?
good?
Yes, sir. My
You can
apologies.
see me. I don't know. No, it's good. It's good. I don't know why I thought deduced, but yeah, definitely. There's a lot more levels in the underground like rap that I was talking about. Philly is a legendary place.
Bro, even outside of that, you got kids like Chill Moody that are putting out beers and like building brands.
Yo, chill, the ultimate hustler.
It's crazy. But I mean, that's the thing. Like getting into music in Philly, how do you set yourself apart? Is it just the bars that get you recognized, or was there a point where you had to kind of transition into song making?
That's crazy because Philly people can rap here so much. I honestly think I'm the best rapper, right? Period. I could just be like, yo, it's the talent, but even if people can't do it to my degree, people can rap, and I think it's obviously more than like just talent. It's just some type of appeal, your voice, the way you deliver things. You know what I mean? Like how you make people feel when you say these things, what reactions you give off. It's just like a combination of a lot of things. Because I can't sit here and tell you, yo, I did something different than any other Philly rapper. It's a small city. So any venue I done rapped here, everybody done rapped here. But it's all about like what they get from you when you spitting. You know what I'm saying? And I think I was just able to just hit those points correctly by just being myself, obviously. But it's just yeah, that's the best way I would. That's the answer I would give you today at the age I am. If I had to explain it now, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna add something to that answer because there is one thing that I think you did more than the average Philly artist. And I mean, not that there is an average Philly artist, but I could count on one hand the amount that actually take trips to New York, that go out. I'm assuming you've been all over the place at this point. If I've seen you at this many events in New York, you could have easily been from New York. Was that part of it? Was traveling outside of the city and connecting with people at the SOBs of the world?
For my manager at the time, he was a real travel heavy. He was ready to go anywhere. I think that's kind of like where I like learned to go to like New York from and all that. And it's just about networking and connecting in different cities because Philly don't have like a huge industry or no like there's no record labels like here.
Yeah.
So like we was going out in New York and these events performing at SOBs was an incredible opportunity for me. One of the times I was there, I met Cool Herc and Melly Mel.
Crazy.
So like those opportunities like that at SOBs, like being there, you get stuff like that. Melly Mel liked my music so much, he came to Philly with me like the next week and did a song with me, and went on a radio station with Lady B and co-signed me. Like so that was really fire, and that came from me being at SOBs. So it's definitely important to move around.
Well, I mean, you're also a very easy dude to support because in all the time that I've seen you around, at least, I mean, I could probably go to my DMs. There might be 3, and none of them are like, yo, listen to this, listen to that. It's always kind of like, let's tap in or something along the lines of just, connecting on a genuine level. Have you ever hit people with like, yo, check out this music? Or when did you really feel like the music got out? I mean, outside of people like Melly Mel obviously seeing the shows, but for the industry to recognize you, because I say this, bro, like I genuinely like seeing now what you're doing and the fact that you in tune and that there's the team and everything is coming together. I sincerely want to support, not just off the strength of like knowing who you're associated to, but knowing that you've been putting in the work over time and that this is something that I think isn't going to just be a look from a label, but really a well-oiled machine that you've put together over the years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I think I understood destiny pretty early. Like, I think I just understood that some people are just like destined to do certain things. So I don't know if it's the Philly in me that was always like, I'm cool. I don't do too much of the yo, check my music out. But even even me not doing that, the opportunity still came because I think I was just hustling really smart. I think I realized early, like, if I'm destined to do this, it's gonna come. I just gotta hustle smart. And I don't think me sending people yo every day was really effective for what I was trying to do. Of course, I tried it, but not as much as the next rapper. Like, it's a lot of people who probably put in all that kind of work, much many more hours than I did, because I don't. But for what I do, how I've been moving, got me to where I'm at now, and it's taking me beyond. So I kind of follow my same formula, and I just like to be personable, because I don't get too caught up in who somebody is, or I don't never like need nothing from somebody. I don't need nobody to post my stuff. I just need to be fire. You know what I'm saying? And whoever like do whatever after that I appreciate it. You know what I mean? And I remember it. Um, Otherwise, not reaching out on Instagram for somebody to do something for me. I'm finna get up and create these opportunities because I'm a boss and my homies around me bosses. So we want to create some stuff, partner with somebody who can help our vision come to life. We down with that. We talk about that often. And we just out to create. We ain't out to like running places and trying to, get stuff from people. Feel me?
Well said. When did you realize it was working? like that you could actually have a career off of this? Because I mean, to go from just spitting straight to a camera to evolving to having the team to building it out musically, at what point was there a breaking point?
Um, no, I don't know. I don't know, man. My grind has been a slow up and down grind. Like it's better and better with time, but it's a slow grind. Like you feel me? Like you talk to a lot of people, everybody can tell you like I've been dope for years, but nobody can tell you like I stopped doing amazing things. You know what I'm saying? Like every year I'm coming with something like this when I'm doing it and people love it. So I'm building like a solid fan base that's sticking with me over the years. And I love the way it's moving me personally. I'm not in a rush. And I think since it's that type of slow grind, it never really clicks. Maybe I just look up one day and I look behind me and I see how far we came and I'll be like, that happens pretty often. Like, yo, like I ain't even peep how far, but it's always such like constant work. You never really feel it click because the grind just keeps going on and on. And, you know, we dropping tomorrow. Once we drop tomorrow, it's time to start thinking about the move we got after we dropped that third, fourth move. It's time to start putting other things in play. You feel me? So no time to let it click. That's crazy.
Well, make sure that as time goes on, you do stop and smell the roses. But I love the fact that you speaking like that, because I have conversations a lot with artists, and I think the most successful artists are the same as successful stocks. It's like when you see a stock just shoot up, there's a chance that it shoot down. But when it consistently goes up and then a little more, and you see that graph just is a beautiful thing, bro. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, bro, we never gonna stop. As long as art is alive, so am I. I'm gonna keep creating it. So, like, if people like are like fans of like what we do, they'll be happy for a long time because we gonna keep coming with stuff. It ain't like a big shoot up and then a drop down. Like we're trying to like stay in the game. You feel me?
That's it. Till death do us art.
So that's it was art. I
Is
like
that
that.
is that the idea? I mean, you set it up perfectly. I don't know if y'all got him media training, D, or what happened, but this man's well spoken.
I'm just born for this, man. This is natural.
Nah, I
It's
love the
natural.
vibes. Where does
Nah,
the
thank
thought process behind that project? Till death do us art. Drop it tomorrow.
I behind the name or just like the project as a whole.
I mean, in general, because I'm sure the name complements what we're gonna hear in the project. But where does this become like? I guess like I want to do this, and this is what we're gonna call it. D said that's all
Yeah,
Shawn speaking.
yeah. Um. Okay, so the album. Like, I honestly created the album. Like, the album goes perfect with the name because it's bops on there, but I show more emotion than I usually show. I'm
Okay.
talking about relationships, and usually people hear like all this crazy metaphorical stuff from me, but now this is like really personal, like not super personal to where it's like, but you felt some of the same things that I'm saying on this tape, and I think that's important because I want to create relationship. I want to create like a special connection with my people instead of just them just hearing the records and be like, yo, that nigga can rap. But it's like I want you to hear my songs and really feel what I'm saying. So it's like it ain't about just rap. So this time I'm really connecting with the day-to-day person who want to put on music when they hop in the car and just go. You know what I mean? And some bops like that that I think are really good. And to Death Do Us Art that got inspired, which is it's like it's a story I got inspired by, but basically it's just what it says. Like I love art that much. Like it's till death do us. You know what I mean?
You know you got to tell me at least where I could find that story, because the fans gonna be asking to read that exactly the way you did. You got to inspire them. What's the
My
story
thing
about?
is, it's a film. I'm
Okay.
shooting a story about the film. You know what I mean? Because I'm in the film too, so I'm shooting some stuff about it that was supposed to go with this, but I couldn't finish it in time. So the music stayed, and hopefully later on I get to show the film, the Death to Us Art film.
All right. So y'all stay tuned for that. Don't make them
For
wait like
sure.
2 years from now. Like, where's that film? I seen you talking about the film.
Yo, you know it's crazy. It might be, but like that's how rare it's gonna be. Like, yo, 2 years they're gonna pull up this footage, and you're like, that's when I'm gonna let them know that that joint I was talking about with Hip Hop Mike is out. I never really mentioned that, but like if this is still be, I definitely want to film some stuff because expression to me is bigger than rap now. Like I'm gonna do a lot of things to express my point and certain views on things that need to be said, whether it's film, speeches, or just anything. But you know, we got expressions that we need, that we feel the world needs to hear. We got some vibrations the world need to feel.
I love
So
it,
I gotta get it off.
man. I feel like you super well-rounded. So it's like maybe this question isn't relatable, but I mean, how do you feel? Are you nervous at all about people seeing this evolution that are used to seeing you just spit the bars and have the metaphors?
Um, no, like it is what it is. Like it is what it is. Like this is like I don't know. You got to be able to just put it on a canvas and be proud of the expression, and even as a consumer, appreciate the expression for what it is. Because nothing we do is trash. You know what I'm saying? But if we take it a different route, I don't want to be the type of artist where you know what you're going to get from me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Every time I hear Kanye drop, I never expect what to hear. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick, same thing. You know, so I'm trying to be an artist that can keep reinventing or just keep being able to express the different ways that I feel. Because you know, I'm a young black man in his 20s. I feel different every year. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to catch these vibrations and give them out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think people gonna love it though.
My last question is, do you do anything outside of music to keep these vibrations right? Because I know sometimes, especially becoming an artist is more and more involved in the industry, this could get very, very frustrating. Do you have like things that you do on the outside that kind of keep you centered to keep focusing on getting these thoughts out into the music?
Definitely praying. I gotta pray. I gotta pray to keep myself. You know, I use God to keep myself level headed and grounded for sure. That's number one. Two is just being around people I love. And I realize even outside of music, I don't have many hobbies, but one of my hobbies consists of quality time with somebody I care about in an open space. So sometimes, even at this age, I find myself, I'd be at the park for hours because I could just get a clear head. My phone rang 100 times a day. You know what I mean? Because whether it's creative side, business side, you know, I got somebody like Cora reminding me all day, yo, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. And then I gotta finish this music, I gotta write. So it just be a lot, but I realize outside of music to keep myself level, it's just quality time with people I care about, or just having a space, the open space to like read a book and just like reflect. So that works for me.
Love it, man. Well, I definitely
Yeah,
think you're doing everything right, bro. And I gotta say, over the years, to watch you evolve to this point now where we super in tune, you know, to know that this project's about to drop tomorrow and be a whole different side of you that people haven't seen. I'm
facts.
excited. I know the fans are excited, and I appreciate your time today, man. I'm very, very proud of you. I'm impressed with you, and I want to see you flourish, bro.
Yo, thank you, man. Thank you for taking the time to talk with me. I appreciate being on this platform. And like I said, man, we linked a couple of years ago. It's good to circle back and rap with you.
Thanks, man. I always love circling back. And you know, I'll be honest, man, there's been a couple artists along the way that are understanding of me not being able to play them at the time and place. And they're always the ones that I love to see the most. And I can't wait to hear you on the radio making all these moves, man, doing big things out here. So
Oh
again,
yeah,
thank you.
we coming through. We coming through. Yeah.
How can people keep up with you? Like where can they find a project, everything?
Hmm. Yo, please, if you rock with, you know, this interview, if you never heard me, please check out my music. It's on all streaming platforms under Shawn Smith, SHAWN Smith, and follow me on everything at Shawn Smith Story. That's on Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, whatever you like. But tune in, because we're doing some legendary things till Death Do Us Art drops tomorrow. So if you see this after that, please go check it out right now.
Shawn Smith, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
My
Appreciate you.
man.